Welcome back to Counter-Strike Weekly, the show to keep you up to date on new developments in the CSGO community and the professional scene, and bring you top plays and funny moments every single week. This week the show is late as usual, but allow me to delay it just a bit longer and thank CSGO Barracks for sponsoring this episode. CSGO Barracks is a new gambling site that should be fully up and running soon, and they continue to give us free stuff to give away on our Twitter. This week it's a minimal wear Bowie knife stained, so be sure to hit up the link in the description for a chance to win. Other than that, let's get on with the news. Not much going on in the pro scene as we are getting close to the major, sort of a calm before the storm. But speaking of the major, the qualifier event for ESL 1 Cologne was held this week in Katowice, Poland. The 8 teams that qualified are Mousesports, FaZe, Optic, Envious, Gambit, Dignitas, Flipside, and G2. Some notable teams that didn't manage to qualify include Cloud9, making this the first major event the organization has not attended since its formation, Tyloo, and Immortals, or ex-Tempo Storms, 2 very promising newer teams, as well as Hellraisers, among others. Directly following the last match of the qualifier, the groups for the major were drawn live, with Group 1 consisting of Liquid, Virtus Premier, Mousesports, and Team Envious. Group 2, and the extremely scary group to look out for, is Luminosity, Fnatic, FaZe, and G2. Group 3 has Astralis, CLG, Gambit, and Dignitas, with Group 4 claiming Na'Vi, NiP, Optic, and Flipside. I'm getting more and more hyped for the upcoming major, and a month seems like a long time to wait, but at least we have E-League to quench our thirst for high-quality professional Counter-Strike. Speaking of which, tomorrow marks the start of the 4th week of E-League, and will feature Fnatic, Dignitas, FaZe, and TSM. Fnatic has announced that their star player Olaf Meister will finally be returning to play in the league this week, which is pretty exciting after over 2 months of him being on the bench with a wrist injury. It will be interesting to see if he can jump right back in and perform to a similar level as before, or if he will hold only a sliver of the Olaf of the past. And for the big story of the week, Team Liquid is announcing a pretty huge roster change, dropping Adren and Kusta. And yes, this time Adren has actually been released, not just benched. Kusta was traded for JDM from Team CLG, also known as the Lounge Master, who has been quoted by many to be the best opper in North America right now. This is extremely exciting for Team Liquid, as they really have never had a star opper on the team since formation. Adren could never really hold up against other oppers, even in the NA circuit. Kusta couldn't seem to handle the pressure, and Simple just didn't last long enough and seemed to cause just as many problems as he solved. However, speaking of Simple, he will be standing in for Liquid for the upcoming major to replace Adren. However, don't get too excited, as their permanent replacement for Adren seems to be Pimp, a rifle player from the Danish team SK Gaming. While a bit underwhelming, this certainly can't be a bad move for Liquid. Their current plan seems to be just keep switching out NA and EU players until you get something that works. But for me, that is all this week. Time to hand it off to Donut for some spicy memes.
Welcome back, I'm Donut. Let's get started. First up, Valve announced the winners of the sci-fi themed weapon art contest that they announced a few months ago. The 3 weapon skins that won were the M4A4 Desolate Space, the Op Phobos, and the PP Bison Harvester. I think these are some pretty sick skins, and they definitely deserve to win the contest. A Reddit user by the name of Piggy Styles has created some pretty sick HD weapon renders of an Op Redline and a Karambit Doppler with a ruby pattern. Here is a very interesting molly that you can throw to burn someone standing on boost without them even seeing you. Here's a smoke on Cobble from T-Spawn that you can easily throw to block the CT's view of stairs as you push to take B site. I saved the best for last with this cash smoke. This is a very useful smoke for rotating to A site from B. Just aim as he does and do a running and jumping throw. Your smoke will land right next to forklift, blocking the enemy's sightline of A main from car, making an easy take. That's all the community news for this week. Next up is Infinity with the top pro plays of the week.
Coming in at number 3, we have Uroka with an impressive 1 vs 3 he pulled off on his stream the other night.
Oh my god, you want time?
What?
Ramp.
Hey man, good luck for you boys have a tough group.
Coming in at number 2, we have Shocks with one of his mini aces he pulled off during the G2 versus Cloud9 qualifiers match.
The flashes, and now Smith's position's been given up. He actually sticks out there pretty long, and there you go. There's the quick trigger grab from Cloud9. They want to get into this, but there's still Shocks. 3 back-to-back for him, just spraying in. Cloud9 are being disassembled one by one man.
Scream moving back in there. He is going to be shut down by Slemmy. But Shocks now is still alive, still well, peeking out, and oh my goodness, that spray transfer shuts out Slemmy, along with Skadoodle has started off.
And coming in at number 1, we have Shocks with yet another ace against Cloud9, this time in a 1 versus 4 situation to pull off the clutch round for his
Low
team.
boost on those barrels. I don't think Stu's seen it. Now he has, but it's too little too late. Shocks, he's not going to miss those. And now 3v4. G2 need to hold this one back, but flashes galore with Cloud9. They start to increase their way to the site. Shocks with a stunner towards nothing. And now 1v4. He needs to go above and beyond. He needs the ace, and he's going to go for it as well. 15 bullets, another for Shocks. This could be absolutely sensational. 1v1 against Shroud. The clock is ticking. Shroud's holding it down, and it's going to be Shocks with the ace. Coming in when it matters. Sheer brilliance from that.
I really hate Benny. Coming in at number 3, we have when you're about to tie and your friends just screw you over. Coming in at number 2, we have Valve's absolutely perfect matchmaking servers. And coming in at number 1, we have hold down mouse button 1 and pray for the best.
And that is it for this week's episode of Counter-Strike Weekly. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. There's a like button down below if you want to show your support for the series. Also, if you have any suggestions or feedback, definitely be sure to drop a comment down below. We'd love to hear what you have to say. There's going to be lots more great content coming soon, so be sure to get subscribed to the channel. My name is Ben with Royal Blue Gaming, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.